Jordyn, this is the start of really a gauntlet of dual meets with LSU and Oklahoma and Florida. And I mean, you've talked before about how you guys try to go in and not be afraid of opponents, but I guess just how have you guys kind of prepared for the stages that you're going to be on with these highly ranked and highly regarded teams?
Yeah, I mean, I think, gosh, the next 3 weeks, the first meet being at home, I think is a huge benefit to us. Coming off of Monday's meet, beating Denver, who's a fantastic team. The team's got some energy right now and they're fired up. And, if I know this team, I know they're not super focused on the opponent and their main thing is not winning, although we love winning and we would like to win this meet. Ultimately, we want to be better than we were on Monday, and we know we can do that. We know exactly those places that need to improve. Keeping the team focused on that will be important over these next few meets, especially when we go on the road next week and getting some quality road scores. But we're going to do our very best to compete and go out there and be a better version of our team than we were on Monday.
How have you kind of navigated, and I know it's not new to you, we just found out about it recently, so it's on my mind, but with Lauren Williams being out and then, with Reese being out for the time being, just how do you as a coach, how have you eyed sort of making up for the scoring that you lose with them out?
Yeah, I mean, specifically like losing Lauren on floor and vault. Obviously she was our strongest vaulter last year. So really relying on some of the other athletes who were more in our depth chart to be able to step in and score high. Like that's been our focus and we feel quite capable of doing that. Really it's all about landings, whether you're doing your Yurchenko full or Yurchenko 1.5. Like, if you can have a quality landing and be clean in the air, that's really going to score about the same, whether you have a 10 start value or 995. So somebody, up and coming, Jalee Lang, who's a freshman for us, who's stepped in the last two meets with a great vault. That's been really impressive. Haley Klein is another one who was a solid competitor for us last year. She was a little behind in her preparation, but she did some great vaults in the warm up and bud on Monday and is very close to being ready. And so we feel confident we can replace Lauren on that event, although it is a tough loss for us there. The floor is interesting because um, we we did not graduate anyone from our floor lineup from last year, and it was, one of our best events on most days. And then we added somebody like Jocelyn, who is just a fantastic competitor and so dynamic. So, we're able to replace Lauren's score really with Jocelyn and be even, hopefully even better than we were last year. And then Reese, we're still evaluating whether or not she'll be back for the season or not. So, I feel like our team has done a really good job of stepping up and being ready and, just doing clean routines.
Emily, I have a couple more later, but I want to give other people a sec.
Okay, sounds good. Any more questions for Coach? You can just jump right in if you have them.
Hey, Coach Dudley Dawson with Hogville. Just to talk a little bit about, the move to Bud Walton Arena and how it gives more people a chance to come see the the competition and just, how do you like that?
Yeah. Well, it's been awesome. I mean, I think from the moment I stepped into this head coaching position, that was always a goal of mine in the back of my mind, really as like a marker for success as far as building our fan base and marketing of the program. Because we absolutely love Barnhill and, that's been home for Arkansas gymnastics since the program started. And we love it. But really, we knew that if we were selling out Barnhill and outgrowing Barnhill, that was a good sign of success that, our fan base is really growing at a serious level. So it felt like the next natural step for us this season. And I mean, even on a Monday meet versus Denver and TWU, like the crowd was really good. But even better, they were loud and really engaged. And I know it's going to be, just as good, if not 10 times better, for LSU this Friday night. So I'm just excited. I feel like, people that come to gymnastics meets, especially in Bud Walton, are experiencing that environment and realizing it's something special. It's something unlike they're getting at any other sporting event in town. It's high energy, it's dynamic, and these athletes are doing incredibly hard things and making it look really good. So I feel like that experience has been really fun for fans, and that fan base is growing for sure.
Speaking of the fan base growing, obviously yours continues to. Also, just the SEC in general. Talk about just the popularity that keeps growing and how the SEC, just like in every other sport, is a dominant conference.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the things that attracted me to this conference, just knowing the potential when it came to the crowd and the environment that we can provide our recruits and our student athletes. And Arkansas has been nothing short of amazing as far as showing up for these student athletes. Um, but yeah, I mean, SEC is definitely leading the way as far as overall fan bases and marketability, and the sport just continues to get more and more popular with things like Friday Night Heights and our national championship being on ABC and meets throughout the season being on ABC. Like every year it gets better and better as far as TV coverage. So it's a really cool time to be a part of our sport, and I'm excited to see the way it continues to grow and gain that popularity.
Thank you.
Do you have anyone else with questions before we go back to Christina? All right, Christina, go ahead.
Yeah, I meant to ask you this on Monday, but I forgot. You had some girls go an exhibition on Monday. Just what did you learn from those girls on those events? And I tried to look up who it was exactly because I can't remember. But what did you learn from that? And is anybody kind of, I know you've been trying to add some different events to different people, like you mentioned Katie, maybe trying to add some stuff later in the season too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's a few reasons why we put someone in an exhibition spot, and it's extremely valuable to us to be able to have that opportunity. And sometimes it's, hey, this person is ready to compete, but we need to see what they're going to score, and getting that feedback from the judges is really important. Sometimes it's, hey, they're ready, but they need that competitive confidence of going up and just being able to go hit a routine without the pressure of being in the lineup, and that kind of being an important step in the process for them. And then other times, like it's, we have freshmen who've never competed in college gymnastics before that just need to have that opportunity to go out there, so we can see as coaches, how do they perform under those lights. So yeah, we had Jalee Lang on floor, we had Katie Ewald on beam, we had Leah Smith on bars and Haley Klein on vault. So we really utilize those opportunities. I think whether or not teams do exhibition routines is a good sign of, do they have depth or not? And we absolutely do. So we're going to continue to take advantage of those opportunities this Friday.
And then this isn't really related to this week's meet, but and I know you're limited in what you can say about judging and everything, but I know it's been a conversation that scoring across the country has been tighter than last season. And I know that there's the new scoreboard to evaluate judges. Do you feel like that new system have you seen that kind of change judging at all?
I'm not really sure what I'm able to say. To be honest with you, I think um I'm not I haven't, fully wrapped my thoughts around whether or not I feel like the program is of value to our sport. And I think we've done a lot of really positive things for college gymnastics over the last 10 years, and want to continue in that positive direction. And yeah, I'm not really sure yet. I know we've seen that the scores have been tighter, and as a coach, my number one thing for my team is, it's a challenge to us that we just have to continue to find ways to get better and deal with those changes. So yeah, I'm not really sure on that yet.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get you in trouble for anything.
Appreciate that.